This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Legislators passed 4 of the 6 crime bills in the House of Assembly Wednesday night: the Evidence Amendment, Anti-Terrorism, and the Justice Protection Bill, as well as the Prevention of Bribery Amendment Bill.
Now, the Firearms Amendment Act and Penal Code Amendment Act were not passed and have since been sent to a House committee for review.
Well, tonight, Cyan Thompson highlights some of the areas of the legislation outlined by the Minister of National Security.
Legislators are making provisions for modern technology, including CCTV images, to be used as evidence in cases before the courts. Minister of National Security, Dr. Bernard Nottage.
Usually in these cases, the CCTV image or the monitoring bracelet data being reported are intended to be used as evidence in the prosecution of a criminal offense, and therefore the law related to evidence needs to be tailored in such a way that the admissibility and probative value of the evidence being presented in our courts is sufficient to place individuals caught committing offenses behind bars.
Criminal gang activity is still rampant in the country, and Dr. Nottage, in wrapping up the debate on the crime bills, told House members that gang culture is very much alive. The government plans to tackle this through a new gang unit.
We have sent men off to the United States, Mr. Speaker, to assist us, Mr. Speaker, in setting up, in understanding guns, how they operate, and to assist us in setting up a gang unit. We've had training organized by the Homeland Security in the United States. I think it was Assistant Commissioner Ferguson and men who went off to Colorado in the United States, visiting the gang task force there, getting themselves properly informed as to how to set up a gang unit here.
Along with the gun registry, in these new set of bills is a legal requirement for registering a bulletproof vest. Dr. Nottage explained that having this law is critical.
It is a new day that must dawn in the Bahamas, Mr. Speaker, and that new day must be one in which we take our streets back, as I said, and take our children back. We will include in our central gun registry the registration of a bulletproof vest, Mr. Speaker. If you do not have a license for your bulletproof vest, you will be assumed, as with a gun, to have it unlawfully. The penalty for having it is a fine of $100,000 for having a bulletproof vest, because people only wear bulletproof vests when they expect to be shot at, and they have no reason to be shot at unless they shouldn't.
4 of the crime bills will now move on to the Senate. The House of Assembly resumes on December 4th. For the ZNS Network News, I'm Cyan Thompson.
The Bahamas Family Planning Association was relaunched today under a new name and with a renewed focus.
Under its new name, the Bahamas Sexual Health and Rights Association, the organization will have a broader focus to include gender violence and sexual persuasion, along with continuing to meet its original goals of teaching proper family planning. Acting President Kenria Smith says sexuality in particular is an area that needs to be addressed in the Bahamas. Now, the association intends to combat prejudices and taboos of the past by allowing persons of all sexual persuasions easy access to clinical services.
So we hope to deal with gender-based violence and also to build on the law that was established, as you saw Dr. Perry Gomez spoke about, in 1981, where our visionaries, the Honorable past Prime Minister Pinlin, introduced a law. He was the first to introduce that law in the Caribbean, where we begin to not judge people by their sexual persuasion, but to allow everybody to be an active member of society.
The Bahamas remains challenged with the health and care of pregnant women. That's according to the Minister of Health, Dr. Perry Gomez, who says there were 3 maternal deaths just last month.
Minister Gomez says the number is disturbing, particularly because of the level of development of our country. It is even more disappointing, the minister said, as his ministry is seeking to meet the Millennium Development Goals of reducing infant and maternal mortality by 2015. He says it's an issue the Ministry of Health has been tackling aggressively over the last 5 years, and one that he has taken on since he was appointed Minister of Health. Minister Gomez says for the most part, pregnant women in the Bahamas get good antenatal care, and very few women do not attend clinics during their pregnancy. Minister Gomez was speaking at the relaunch of Bahamas Sexual Health and Rights Association on Thursday.
Last month we had 3 maternal deaths. That's unusual, but it's still too many to be happening at this point in time, where we should be really in full gauge and fully equipped and ready to fight all sorts of illnesses in our attempt to reduce the maternal mortality rate and infant mortality rate to meet the requirements of the MDG by 2015. And then there are issues that occur in the institution, and which are complex. Sometimes there are complications of pregnancy, other times they're not necessarily, but it's in the administration and of the institution, I think.
Well, Miss Earth Bahamas Vandia Sands is in the Philippines tonight competing for the coveted Miss Earth title. But she needs your help tonight to advance. You can vote for Vandia online at www.missearth.tv, or you can vote directly on Facebook at Miss Earth Pageant. There are 2 categories you can vote in, Miss Photogenic and Miss Eco Beauty. The pageant finale is set for December 7th. Coming up, how soon until the ferry resumes daily sailings to Bimini? Find out in Family Island News. You're watching The Bahamas Tonight.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain. Kalina Holdings Bahamas is reporting another profitable quarter in 2013 with operational performance yielding a period-over-period increase in total premium revenue and an 11.7 million growth in the asset base. Chairman Terence Hill said despite the prevailing economic climate, the company continues to defend its leading market position and stable financial outlook. Total net premium revenues increased by 4.3% to 93.5 million compared to 89.6 million for the 9 months ending September 30th, 2012. In other business news, Diamonds International recently partnered with the National Training Agency by allowing 20 excited participants of the NTA program to complete their internships at its business establishment. The participants, while interning at Diamonds International, received training in the area of retail sales and, in particular, luxury items. The program also placed emphasis on life skills, image and design, the sales art, the 21st century workplace, and the importance of tourism. The interns saw retail not just from a consumer perspective, but through the eyes of entrepreneurship as well. And in international business news, the Honda Accord was named Green Car of the Year in an award ceremony today at the Los Angeles Auto Show. The Accord is a mid-size family sedan that is available in hybrid and plug-in hybrid versions, as well as fully gasoline-powered versions with 4- and 6-cylinder engines. The other finalists for the award this year were 2 diesel-powered cars, the BMW 328D and Audi A6 TDI. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain.